All right, I want to welcome everybody to another great episode of From Me to You Sports Talk. My name is John Tate, and I am here with Stanton. Hey, Stan, get them a rundown and let them know what we have in store for them today.
Well, we got to start out with congratulating the Astros.
Have to.
Right, naturally.
That's a must.
Naturally. We're going to jump down to winners and losers of this blockbuster NFL trade deadline that we had on
Big
Tuesday.
week. It was a big week.
Monster. And then we have teams that passed on
Deshaun Watson.
that guy that I talked to y'all about. About 3 videos ago?
I think it was 3 videos ago.
Watson.
And he's going to make y'all pay for it.
Gotta talk about it.
He's going to make y'all... Well, we got to jump right into the Astro thing.
Yeah.
I think we have to congratulate them. Okay, now I'll say this. I am a Cincinnati Reds fan. My team isn't good this year. We aren't doing well. Now, I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but I will watch baseball. And in October... This is the month to watch it. If you need to choose any month, make sure you watch postseason baseball. I've said this before. And you know what? My boys actually looked at me crazy. I said I'd rather go to a baseball game than go to a football game because the atmosphere... Wait, listen to this, right? So at a baseball game, you can sit down, relax. It's more...
Okay.
I wouldn't say family-oriented, but it's more like you can connect and talk to people.
I'm sitting down and relaxing right now.
Yeah, but look, wait. See, at a football game, you have people standing up,
right,
drinking, drinks spilled all over you. Like if it's the fourth quarter and it's a close game, I'm gonna have to stand up with them. So I can't really enjoy the game as much as I can at a baseball game. You go, you sit down, relax, and it's like, oh, okay.
What about the intermission? What about how long it takes for action to actually occur? What about
in baseball?
Yes, baseball. What about the long pauses of activity? That's what I'm talking about.
They actually need to shorten it up.
Like, I think that's right. I'm with you on that. They need to do something to make the game more alluring for fans and make the experience of the actual game, not necessarily
But they say baseball is America's pastime. How you feel about that?
I mean, we know that that's just not true. Like, that's an old-time thing that they used to say. That was the label of that baseball game from, the 50s and whatnot when you didn't have the emphasis on basketball and football. It's a lot more to that, by the way, but... I won't go into that.
All right, all right.
Little ethnic, a little racial, but
Okay, all right. Baseball. I mean, baseball is a great game. So, did you watch any of the World Series at all?
Watch Game 7 a little bit.
Game 7
a little bit.
I watched Game 7 as well. I heard people say not the Astros. People said that the Dodgers choked and that the Dodgers bat didn't wake up. I'll say this. I think it was great for the Astros to win because with everything that's going on with the hurricane and everything,
Houston,
I think that rejuvenated the city, and for a lot of those citizens to go through what they went through and to still show up at the Astros game and still sell that game out, that speaks volumes about how that is a baseball town, that is a football town, or that is a basketball town. Now, I'm about to throw this in here, y'all, and I didn't make it up, but if the Texans win the Super Bowl and the Rockies win the Super Bowl, you're going to have conspiracy theorists coming at them. Then I'm like, wait, what is going on? Like, this might spill into something different. But the Texans look good. The Texans do look good, and we're going to talk about why the Texans took that leap. And a leap that I feel the other, 10 teams in front of them?
Yeah, 11. 11.
11 teams probably should have did the same thing. So
don't go in there yet.
We won't. But look, we got to get. Good job, Astros. Next year, Cincinnati Reds, please do something because I want to watch baseball. But I'll say this:
Royals. I'm just gonna throw that in there.
Royals. Nobody care about the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, when last time y'all won a World Series though? When's the last time?
Long time. But guess what? They say the Big Red Machine. The Reds team in the 70s was the best team ever, put together. So, yep. Pete Rose, Johnny Bench. Hey, when y'all watch this, go ahead. Y'all can fill in. What y'all think? We want to know, whenever y'all watch this video, write y'all comments and let us know what y'all think was the best baseball team ever assembled. Pretty sure they're going to talk about those great Yankee teams and stuff. The Yankees,
no doubt.
It just...
iconic.
They're the Yankees. I mean, what can you do about that? But, like I said, congratulate the Astros. Y'all did a great job. Y'all deserved it, evidently. But now it's time to get into the winners and losers of the NFL trade. When was the deadline? Was it Tuesday?
Last Tuesday, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 p.m., I believe, Eastern time.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
So, Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. We're all on Eastern time zone, right?
No, they're Central.
No. We Eastern.
What you talking about?
In Ohio?
Ohio?
Yeah, we Eastern.
I believe y'all are Central.
No, we Eastern.
I'm almost positive.
Chicago might be central. Okay, we're not though. Okay. Come on, I don't live there for like 19 years. I'm pretty sure I should know. I'm pretty sure I should know what time zone.
It extends all the way to Florida, like so. I just assume.
Yeah, I got you. No. Okay. We are Eastern time zone. Okay, so getting a trade together or the package deal at 3:55. That wasn't smart.
No.
Did y'all ever have any talks at 8 o'clock in the morning? Like in the morning, did y'all ever think to wake up and try to, hey, let's get the ball rolling on this trade?
You usually have a war room meeting, when everybody gets to work. I'm not sure what time that they all report in, but you have a deadline. You talk about specific things that you're going to accomplish for the day, especially a huge day like a trade deadline day.
That's big.
Obviously, that did not occur with the Browns organization, and we do not know why. There hasn't been no real, insight as to why this happened. I'm not understanding.
Browns, y'all are the biggest loser for this. And I'm pretty sure there's other teams out there as well.
Biggest loser?
Yes, the Browns. And you know what? We're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you why the Browns are the biggest loser. I'm going to tell you why the Browns are the biggest loser. I'm going to tell you, but first I'm going to get into the Garoppolo.
Okay.
I'm going to get into the Garoppolo, and then we're going to get into the Benjamin. Then we're going to come back to the Browns because it's going to lead up for the last segment on the Browns passing on Deshaun Watson when that's...
Don't give it to him yet. All
right, forget it. I'm going to stop right there. Garoppolo to the 49ers. How you feel?
When we talk about winners and losers, I look at this situation like, are we talking about for right now, or are we talking about for the future?
I would say for future. For both.
Okay, for both. All right, let's go for both. For the future, Garoppolo in the 49er deal was a win. A definite win. You already got a small sample size of what the guy can do from what we saw in the Patriots, even though it's a different organization, different system, different coach. That's something that also needs to be taken into consideration. Take that into consideration, by the way. You still kind of feel like you know what the guy has, as opposed to taking something that you don't know in the second round with that draft pick that they gave the Patriots. You don't really know what this second round guy is going to do. You've never seen him in an NFL uniform.
That's true.
Right? But as far as right now, I don't think Garoppolo or the 49ers win right now as a result of that trade.
Garoppolo.
He doesn't have any weapons. Any.
You got a running back.
Does he have offensive line? Who can protect him is my question.
They're not putting up points. That's the problem.
But you can't protect the quarterback. So you won't score if you can't protect the quarterback. That's not what happens.
Okay, so I'm asking you, do you think Garoppolo will be another, I guess, another quarterback that was in a Belichick system and went somewhere else and couldn't get the job done? Because you know how they like to say,
Matt Castles,
it's the system.
Even the Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer, which he's back with the Patriots, on a 3-year deal, put some money in his pocket.
Well, the system is very real because as we saw, Matt Castle absolutely floundered after he left the Patriots. But hold on, he did have a couple productive years with the Chiefs.
Thank you.
A couple, somehow. I don't know. I think that was more so the Chiefs, to be honest with you, the defense.
He did it.
Okay, we'll disagree on that.
Yeah.
He's not going to ever get you over that hump. And that's the thing with Garoppolo. We don't know if he can do that yet. Mm-hmm. And the 49ers need someone that can actually do that because everything else isn't adding up to being a playoff team right now.
So we'll have to watch the season and we'll have to see what happens. And maybe he'll play within the next couple of weeks. I think because I'm pretty sure he has to sit there and learn the playbook. Now, I'll say this, and I'm a huge Tom Brady fan, and I think it was the right time. Bill Belichick was like, we're not going to be able to sign this guy. So how about we get something for him? The Bengals, now y'all risk losing A.J. McCarron and not possibly getting something for this guy when you could have got a second or third round draft pick for the guy. Mm-hmm. Now, let me finish what I was saying about the Patriots. Now, this was not a Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers situation. No. And I say that because with Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers was sitting behind him, soaking up all that information. Now, Garoppolo was doing the same exact thing. I'm not saying he wasn't, but Brett Favre's play wasn't getting the job done. They didn't win a Super Bowl. They didn't win Super Bowl since, 97? Last time he beat the Patriots. I actually talked about that on my Facebook Live feed. But Tom Brady is still out there playing at a high level. Tom Brady is still performing at a high level.
He's 4 years old,
and I think he looks better now than he did years ago or when he first came in, and that's crazy because he's defying the odds. To be 40 and you still have the arm strength. To be 40 and still can see the field. To be 40 and still have that dedication. Like, I don't think Tom Brady eats meat at all. Like, Tom Brady is in shape. Now, he might not be ripped up, but Tom Brady ain't out there looking like Jay Cutler or some of these other guys.
Like a skater. I'm just
like Tom Brady ain't out there looking like coming in with his belly hanging out and stuff. So I do think it was the right move. Now, this will give the Patriots time to figure out who else they're going to put in that position. But I'm going to say this right now. I don't want to see nobody else besides Tom Brady in that Patriot uniform. And it's gonna hurt. The day that when Tom Brady leaves, that's gonna hurt.
Could be sooner than later.
I say Tom Brady retires with at least one more. So.
I'm gonna say sooner than later because they can't protect. We're gonna go right back to the situation. They can't protect. This is the most he's ever gotten hit in the past 5 years.
Yes.
5 seasons. The most.
The year before last. The year before last when the Broncos won the Super Bowl, the offensive line was bad. And I'm used to seeing Tom Brady with.
But the defense was amazing though.
The
Patriots defense amazing?
The Patriots defense was not amazing.
No, I'm talking about the Broncos.
It was stellar.
The
Broncos.
That defense was like.
Yeah, but look, peep this. I still watch that line. That line wasn't that good, and what they do, I think they brought their offensive line coach like back from retirement to coach them. This Marcus Cannon guy just get traumatized by everybody he goes up against. So I think they definitely need to work on that, and that's why the Patriots implemented the dump pass, dump. That's the system. Okay, we can't protect you, so we'll get it out.
He's still getting hit though. That's
he does.
He's still getting hit,
and he does.
So I think that's one wrong hit, man. What do you think about Tom Brady's longevity? One really wrong hit.
But that's why, and I want y'all to pay attention. Next time y'all watch Tom Brady and y'all watch a game, when there's a defender that's coming for Tom Brady, he'll go down himself.
He'll chill.
That's the thing I love. I'm like, thank you, Tom Brady. That's so smart. Like, you will not get a chance to get a big hit on him. Not too often. You will, but not too. Like, you're not just about to, Tom Brady's like this, and then you coming from his blind side of hitting. That's not happening. He'll just fall to the ground. I'm like, good job. And then sometimes I'm like, Tom, can you just please run? Like, I just want to see you run just for 3 yards. Make it 2nd and 7 instead of taking a 4-yard loss. But he can get it back.
5.40. What's he gonna
just
do?
run fast. Like, he can. Tom Brady.
He's slew-footed. He's not athletic.
He's not. But just run for a yard or two sometimes. Like. They'll drop back.
Tom fall down.
They'll drop back, literally. They'll drop 7 players back. I'm like, well, he's not going to run. We're going to all turn our back on us. And Tom will be like this. He'll be like this, and he'll slide in the pocket and create. So that's amazing. But if I had to say a winner, I think both sides won this trade. Both sides won this trade.
Are we talking about winners from all the trades, or are we talking about just that trade in particular between the Patriots and the 49ers?
No. See, we got to get into our other one. So I'm talking about between the Patriots and 49ers. Both sides won the trade. Oh, yeah, and let me throw this in here before we actually move on. I think that means that Malcolm Butler's about to get signed. Give him his money. I think that's what that means.
Okay.
They was like, okay,
possibly.
Because... Like, coming up, free agent. Which one are we going to keep? Tom Brady's still playing at a high level, but Malcolm Butler has balled out.
True.
So I think he deserves the money. They also signed a
kid from Buffalo, though, Gilmore.
Yeah, they did. That was a smack in the face.
Huge deal.
That was a smack in the face to Malcolm Butler. It's like, that's the Patriot organization for y'all. So,
hey, by the way, before we get off again, I think Belichick got something up his sleeve with this trade. And I put that out there because usually when he makes these calculated moves like he's doing, it's something behind it. Usually. He got rid of Brissett. I'm not sure why. Yeah. But we kind of are seeing a little bit of why. Pocket presence is not there. We saw it in Indianapolis games, right? From what the sample size we've been getting. I think he knows something about Garoppolo that we don't yet. And that the 49ers don't know yet.
I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't Tom Brady, so that's all I need to know. You ain't Tom Brady, and I don't even care. It might take you another 10 years to see. Right now, you're not Tom Brady, so get the boot. And like I said, this is not a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers situation. Tom Brady is still winning. Now, Benjamin to the Bills. This surprised me.
Okay.
Did you see that coming?
I did not see that coming, but if we go winner from the whole trade, like as far as everything that happened, the deadline, I got the Bills. Easily the Bills. Because that gives them a legitimate red zone target and a deep threat.
Just had to send him to the Patriots division.
Yes, they need to.
They just had to do that. I agree with that. Okay. But think about this. Remember, the Panthers went to the Super Bowl without Benjamin. So I think that kind of played a part. And Funchess ball. Funchess been balling. So they like, wait, hold on. I'm not about to give you that big money, Calvin, because
like 2 weeks. I mean, he balled for like 2 weeks, though. What did he do last week?
What did he do last week? I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing.
He didn't do nothing?
He did nothing. Calvin Benjamin caught a touchdown against the Bucks. Funchess did not.
Oh, they didn't. But their offense hasn't been a prolific offense. I think that they thought we would, showcase, because Samuels, I don't know what he's been doing.
Flounder, yes.
Christian McCaffrey. It's like he's been doing the thing, but it's like that offense hasn't really catapulted. How I think that's
Cam Newton to me.
I think it's Cam Newton.
I think it's Cam Newton. I think it's also, man, you got to go back to the offensive line. They're not protecting Cam Newton either, so I can't blame him.
You can't put every offensive line.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, it's not.
In the same way that you can give credit to offensive lines like the Chiefs, and that's the reason why you don't see Alex Smith picking himself up off the ground. That adds to your success. That's like everything.
I gotta pay attention to the Panthers offensive line. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Cam Newton is the reason why the Panthers offense isn't looking so good?
Because he's holding the ball too long. But
he's been doing that. That's Cam Newton.
Yeah, but
Big Ben holds the ball too long.
It works for some years. That's why we talk about that anomaly year. They go to the playoffs. They go to the Super Bowl and all that good stuff. It worked that year. Didn't work any other years.
Cam Newton been doing that, guys.
It did work.
Cam Newton been doing that. So what about Big Ben? You don't say no when Big Ben holds the ball.
I do say something about Big Ben holding the ball too much. I do. Yeah, I don't know about nobody else does, which I kind of feel like I know why. But let's not go into that. I think that Big Ben doesn't make smart decisions, and I think that is why he's holding the ball. That leads to a bad mixture, a bad combination.
What did they get from? They got a 4th and 7th round pick. The Panthers. I know they got 4th. I think it was a 3rd. It was either 3rd and 7th or 4th and 7th.
Not enough.
But they got 2 picks. Yeah, that was
not enough.
But remember that first year?
Yes.
That first year he came in.
13 receiving touchdowns. Yeah.
And then there's knee. But like I said, they went to the Super Bowl without him. So like we really aren't missing anything like that. And like I said, I think Funches has filled that void. And they're like, well, we got somebody else. We don't have to give this guy that money.
You taking Funches over Benjamin?
I'm not. If it's a healthy Funches and a healthy Benjamin, no, you don't.
I just don't see why
I'm not the owner.
Right, true. And when you...
And money, you got to think about it. He might be like, all right, I want $10 million. They're like, dude, you done been hurt for what?
That's true.
Half of your years playing.
True. That's very
I can't
true.
give you that money.
True.
You seen with Hightower. I was an advocate for Dante Hightower to get that money. He's hurt again. And it's like Dante Hightower has been hurt, but when he's playing, he's good. But it's like you talk about, hey, I want this, I want that, but you're not playing. Like, so you have to give me something in return. Yeah. You have to go out there and perform and go do your job, as the Patriots say.
True. Your best ability is availability, as they say.
So, who won that trade? You said Bills, right?
Bills, yeah, undoubtedly. The Bills, God.
The Bills definitely won that trade.
Clearly. I think that puts them in a position, by the way, to elevate in the playoffs.
Because they have a running game.
Oh, yes. Now you can't just put 8-9 in the box on Shady like you used to, to be able to, like you normally can with the Bills. No. You got to respect.
And they have a pretty good defense.
Have to respect it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They have a pretty good defense. Now, Ajayi to the Eagles. Ajayi.
Makes no sense.
I want to make sure I said his name right.
Ajayi. Yeah. Ajayi. Yes. Makes no sense to me at all.
When I was talking to someone, somebody said that Ajayi has 2 bad knees. They said that both his knees are very bad. I'm like, this is the same dude that just had 200 rushing yards? Like, wasn't it back to back?
Yeah, back to back games too.
Like, and what did y'all got next to nothing for a 4th? No way. No way. I would have found a better suitor. And I'm not an advocate for this. I don't believe in helping somebody else, like giving somebody else an easier road to get to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's like, I just don't think it makes sense. Why would I give you, if y'all need a running back, I'm not about to give you a running back from my team. You better go get it from somebody else.
The thing about the Eagles is they don't need a running back. They have 3 running backs. And LeGarrette Blount, who was the touchdown leader from last year, who they don't give the ball enough to. Doug Peterson, you need to be fired, by the way. Even though you're doing a great job and they're saving you. What's my man's name? Wentz is saving him. But he does not give the ball to Blount in situations where he should. And that's why
I haven't watched too much of the Eagles.
The offense stagnates on the goal line because he wants to get cute. Instead of just giving the ball to the 265-pound running back that you have. I don't understand why you don't just do that simple play. I don't get it. Well, so why you go get Ajayi when you have running back Smallwood, who does the pass catching just like Sproles did before he got hurt, and you have a bruiser like Blount. What is Ajayi's role? What is his role?
Maybe they'll be more physical and imposing. Maybe. I mean, we're not.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
250.
Yeah, Blount is bigger now.
He's averaging 6 yards.
If you haven't been giving me the ball, then what make you think we're gonna give him the ball?
Do you not like me? Is that what it is? Is that what it's about?
They're like, well, here I gave you a 4th round pick, so if that's it, then maybe. But maybe that pick could have went to somewhere else.
You don't know what that
another need. So we'll see. I think it does benefit the Eagles though. At the end of the day,
I think the trade makes no sense for either party. I don't think there was no winner in that.
Like, who's my running back now for the Dolphins? I don't know.
Kenyon Drake and Damian Williams.
Okay, all right.
Which Damian Williams is more of a pass catcher. Kenyon Drake is, the kid from Alabama. He can run it and catch it. Very quick, elusive. Yeah.
Fast. And you know what? You actually brought up something good. Like, you brought up a valid point about on the goal line. Sometimes. A team that I talked about on the goal line. And I know, did you watch this game? The Lions.
Oh, my God. Yes.
The Lions. Please. Okay, so there's a formation, right? where you put your biggest offensive line on the field.
Jumbo.
Go put a fullback in the game. And you don't just have to do this on third down. There's such thing called first and second down where you can do the same thing from that formation. You can do a toss. You can do a fullback dive. You can even do a play action and throw the ball. You can throw the ball to a tight end. But implement a goal line package, please. Because the Lions had that game won. The Lions and I've seen this way too many times from the Lions. I've seen when the Lions get on the goal line, they go shotgun. It's like, why? Like, I understand Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback. I don't have Megatron no more, right? To do them jump balls.
Do not.
No knock on Jones, but you're not Megatron. No. Okay, and even then, make it easier for your team. That's a game that y'all should have won.
Did you watch the game?
I did. I was actually doing my homework and watching the game at the same time.
Okay. Well, two things. Mm-hmm. I'm not really all that for them doing the personnel thing where they bring a jumbo package out and they don't have the running back or the personnel for that package. You put Amir Abdullah behind that package, what do you have? Like, who's your bruising running back that's going to get it in? Washington?
What's that, number 34?
He's hurt, though. Is that number 34? Yeah, Dwayne Washington, I believe. He's hurt, though. He's come back this game. Mm-hmm. You had one running back, or Theo Riddick, who's a pass-catching running back as well. They can't pound it in. You see what I'm saying? So they they pass the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. Pass the ball all the way down the 5-yard line, and then they want to get cute and run a draw on third down.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why are you doing that?
Don't trick me. Like if I'm gonna run the ball, I'm gonna either put a fullback in the game or I'll do something that I'll get more creative than that.
Now they had 2 drop balls in the red zone. I'm talking about Pettigrew or Darren Fales drops one wide open and Jones on a jump ball. I mean, it's right in his midst. I mean, you have to make that catch. You're an NFL receiver. I don't understand why you dropped that ball. That's 2 touchdowns that should have been, but they ended up being field goals. They don't execute.
And then now I got these Steelers fans, and I know, whenever I do my Facebook Live videos, a lot of my boys are Steelers fans, so they keep coming on there talking this. We have the best defense. No, yeah. I mean, now
best defense.
I've actually seen some of the quarterbacks they played. The Steelers have looked good against Alex Smith,
the Browns.
No, they didn't actually play, but I don't believe it's not the best defense
Joe Flacco,
because matchup personnel. Whenever you play a cover, whenever you play zone all game, especially when you're going against a guy like a Tom Brady, that's just not going to cut it. You know you have to go man to man. I've said this 1,000 times, and like I've said, I think the Texans, who we're about to get into after the Browns, I think the Texans match up with the Patriots better than the Steelers.
Whoa.
So,
man, I don't know.
But we're going to get to that. Okay. But the Browns. Okay. This is our Browns. The Browns organization. Y'all, you know what? This organization never fails to amaze me.
Can you call it an organization? Because you have to be organized to be an organization, right? I think that's kind of the.
Well, what are they? What would you call that?
They're a random assimilated group. It's like,
how many?
This is what I feel like.
How many quarterbacks have they had since
24?
I remember
24, right?
Tim Couch.
I believe it's 24.
It's like y'all can't get the owner. You need to do. Well, no, he's making too much money. He's not gonna give the team.
Don't care about that.
General manager, I wonder how many GMs that the Browns have been through. Y'all can't get nothing right. I think they got the Myles Garrett thing right. I like Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is actually a very good football player.
I like Myles Garrett.
Yes.
But this is the same organization.
Jabril Peppers is all the way is a good football player as well, by the way.
But
definitely.
The quarterback is what, honestly, if y'all sit back and watch the Browns are not a bad team. The Browns do not have a bad team. What the Browns do not have is a quarterback, and they haven't had it forever.
Very true. Very true.
And passing up and okay, Myles Garrett was there, cool. But Deshaun Watson kind of got he has a lot of people thinking, and not just Deshaun Watson, because I think Trubisky has looked good. He hasn't looked as good as not look good. Okay.
Oh no.
Trubisky hasn't looked bad.
Trubisky has looked like he's throwing 4 passes a game. That's what he's looked like. I mean, they're protecting this kid. They're basically giving him an elementary playbook. But you got to think about this. He's not winning, by the way, either.
You got to think about this. Depending on the coach. Okay, who they got? John Fox, right?
They playing Foxball right now.
Bill O'Brien has took the hit. I'm not even gonna say that.
But took the training wheels off.
Yeah, I was about to say something crazy.
Took the training wheels off.
Took the training wheels off. Deshaun Watson, and he said, I'm going to give you this ball, and I want you to win the game. Now, against the Bengals, Deshaun Watson looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie against the Bengals. And but what did he do? He made that one big play. Run that ball in.
I needed, yeah.
And now you see this guy. He should have beat the Patriots.
No doubt.
He should have beat the Seahawks.
Yep. Defense let him down.
And it's like, Man, I'm like, if you could put up, like, this Texans team only needed to, like, they just needed a quarterback to go in and put up, like, 24 points. And they probably would have went to the Super Bowl last year. Osweiler Wilder didn't get the job done at all.
Tanked them. Yes.
Now we have Deshaun Watson. This guy can make everything on the field. He's fast. He makes his decisions pretty quick. He's not holding the ball too long. And this is a guy that I'm sitting here scratching my head. I'm like, him being Alabama, was that not enough for everybody to see?
Well, him beating Alabama in the year before that, him competing the way that he did against Alabama, that we thought was invincible.
And
the 300-plus yards?
And his secondary let him down.
Yes.
The Clemson, his secondary let him down the year.
Yes, that's O.J. Howard going
kept wide open. Just wide open.
Yes. So, I don't know what that's about.
So how do you feel about these teams? Because there's a couple teams that passed on it. So Cleveland passed on it, but you said you liked the Myles Garrett.
I do. I like Myles Garrett, and I think they were maybe hoping that this trade deadline would bring a quarterback that they could get, and I think that's why they fumbled through the McCarron thing. I think they waited too long to make a decision, and I don't think McCarron was the right decision, by the way, which I'm not faulting them in that respect. I think that they shouldn't have ever been considering McCarron, but they did fumble the deal.
Why not? I mean, because
I don't think McCarron is a good quarterback.
Well, we haven't got to see enough of McCarron to know anything, honestly, besides
Alabama.
Besides the Steeler game.
Did you like him at Alabama? Did you feel like he could carry your franchise when he was at Alabama?
Nope.
Thank you.
But that doesn't speak much about most of the Alabama quarterbacks. I mean,
exactly. I'm with that too. Yeah.
Hand the ball off to Trent. Hand the ball off to Mark. Hand the ball off to Lacey. Hand the ball off. Hand the ball off to Bo. Yeah. That's it. But wait, time out. McCarron did go out there. He made a couple nice throws against the LSU team.
He made a couple nice throws. Listen to what you're saying right now.
McCarron made a couple throws. Honestly,
nice throws.
He did. He did.
I'll go out there and make a couple of nice throws. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, he did. He did.
Is he a Deshaun Watson?
No, he's not.
I don't think that. I don't think that just Mitchell. We talk about Mitchell Trubisky, right? I don't think that anybody in that draft had the level of success in college,
that was crazy.
Or the pedigree that Deshaun Watson had. He should have been the number one overall draft pick. 13 games. Period.
13 games started, and I think he did play a little in the year before, but
he didn't. Dang. No, he didn't.
No, he
didn't.
The
Williams kid did. Yeah,
Mr. Trubisky.
He didn't.
Look at you.
Came out of nowhere.
Look at you. You was able to go to the NFL doing that?
1 year. Snapshot.
So we done had... Well, I'm sorry. We done had President Trump get into the office with no experience before. What has happened in 2017? What is going on? This is the year of the first timers.
The year of the unseasoned.
You don't have to start nothing, but I'm about to take you as the first quarterback taken in a draft.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Now, going down to the 49ers. I think the Solomon Thomas pick was legit. I really can't.
Is he balling this year?
Well, he's been having injury issues and whatnot, but that dude is a game changer. I've seen him play in college like with my own two eyes.
Yeah.
He passes the eye test. I don't care what nobody say. Unless barring injuries, he's going to be a Pro Bowler in this league, guaranteed.
Ooh, Solomon, I got to pay you some more attention. I know they need a
Notre Dame. That's where he came from. Notre Dame.
No, Stanford.
Oh, Stanford. Excuse me.
It's all right. We all make mistakes.
No doubt. I think the 49ers still shouldn't have went with a quarterback. I think they needed defensive help. I think regardless of what quarterback they would have chose, they would have been 0 whatever, likely, or maybe 1 whatever. This is a rebuilding year, period, for those guys.
Okay.
So you got to get that defense shored up because we all know defense what?
Wins championships.
Defense wins championships, baby. That's it.
Not the best defense all the time.
True.
About game plan.
But you got to have a good defense, though, usually. Unless your offense is just like...
What was the last time a bad defense won a Super Bowl?
Saints, maybe the year.
No.
Maybe
that was an opportunistic defense. Remember,
but they
turnovers.
They gave up points.
But turnover, I think they led the NFL.
Yeah, takeaways. Gave up points.
Let's think back. Yeah. Okay. Saints.
We talking about great offenses that had bad defenses and won Super Bowls. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I don't even.
Maybe the Rams. Maybe greatest show on turf. Maybe their defense wasn't like. They got you up, you know what I mean? So we were up by 30, so you got to pass the ball. Maybe that's how I take the ball away. Saints, kind of the same route to go, but we gave them a lot of points, bend but don't break defense. Okay. That's kind of formula.
Right. I got you. Now, what about the Jets now? How do you feel about them not taking the quarterback? Because the Jets have been competitive in a lot of games, and it looked like they could have plugged one of them quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, in there.
This is what happens when you have a strategy that you think is going to work, or you try to project the future. This is where they messed up at. Okay. They felt like the quarterbacks that were coming out of this draft were going to be franchise-altering people, like the guy from USC, the other guy from
Sam. So they said we'll wait. We'll wait. Okay.
We'll put everybody on the shelf. Rosen, all
Wyoming.
Those guys. Yeah. What's that kid's name? Forget it. Don't know his name. Which nobody carried anymore, by the way, because he hasn't done anything, which is crazy. But anyways, the Jets, I think they just had a strategy, and I think it just backfired ridiculously because the production from those guys in college is not there. It's not there. So they gave away Brandon Marshall. They gave away all their key assets.
Said here.
Right, because we're in a rebuilding mode, and we're banking on these new guys coming in and basically carrying us to the promised land. It's not looking likely right now. Miscalculation.
Jets. Then they drafted, what's his name? Hackenberg.
Talking about Christian Hackenberg?
Yeah, Christian Hackenberg. I remember this guy had a lot of praise coming out of Penn State. He had a lot of praise coming out of Penn State, and didn't get the job done. Yeah. The Jets also had the quarterback from West Virginia. What's his name? Number 12.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Geno
Smith.
About Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Geno get punched in the mouth Smith.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
He didn't pan out. It's like
he had his moments.
Then we got to go back to that Mark Sanchez. So it's like they really haven't had a quarterback in that offense to really. Wait, they had Brett Favre.
Fitzpatrick.
Later, Brett Favre.
Fitzpatrick. They thought they.
Now we see Fitzpatrick with the Bucks. Like
horrible.
Yeah, but Fitzpatrick got a check.
No doubt. Yeah.
I remember he got the Buffalo paid, and I thought teams would have learned. And actually, the Jets did learn.
They were like, something, didn't they? Did they franchise him?
Did they franchise? I think for a year. I think for a year.
They did.
I think for a year, but that was the reason he left because they wasn't trying to.
Right.
Which Kirk Cousins is in this, and Kirk Cousins, I think you might actually wind up losing at the end of the day because it's a lot of games that y'all supposed to win. It's like, dude, you getting paid a lot of money, and you're not putting out the results. So
49ers.
So remember how we talked about that draft is coming up? They're gonna be like, okay, we done with you. Give me one of these other quarterbacks, and they've paid him $20-something million. You want all this, but you're not putting out what I think a top-tier quarterback should be putting out.
The 49ers gave you great insight on how they felt about that guy because he was supposed to. Everybody just roadmapped him going straight to the 49ers, right? That. Shanahan's there, that he's coached them before.
I seen that.
They make this trade to get Garoppolo. They say, hey, man, we been seeing your performances. It's not panning out.
Because they could probably sign him for less as well,
money,
too.
Less money. And he might be better than you.
We're not about to give you this, Kirk, especially if because we know last year, I remember the last game of the regular season last year, I was watching the Redskins. He had a chance to put them in the, that's okay. It's okay. It's all right, everybody. That's
technical difficulties. Don't worry about it.
We're in the studio and everything, so you got people phoning and everything. So that's nothing. But last year, Kirk Cousins had the chance to actually take his team to the playoffs.
Yes.
What did he do? He threw a pick.
Oh, my God. But you already knew he was going to do that, though. That guy is not clutch. I mean, we've all seen it. And if you need him to make a play for you in a clutch moment, you can kind of pretty much bet that it's not going to occur. I mean, that's what the past has shown us.
And then we got to also talk about John Ross. Now, they already have a quarterback, Andy Dalton, which a lot of people think that he probably shouldn't be the quarterback there. But I think...
A lot of people. Hold on. This a lot of people include
me?
Jonte.
Does it include me?
Does it include you?
At times,
hot take moment, right?
Okay, our hot take moment. At times, I have felt that way. I was like, Andy Dalton doesn't get the job done. I think his arm strength... I think he lacks arm strength at times. But with this new offensive coordinator, all you have to do is change up the offense. Get the ball out of his hands quick enough.
Laser or whatever?
Laser, yeah.
Okay.
But, Andy Dalton, you talk about offensive lines, the Bengals might have one of the worst offensive lines, so let's not give him any time. Against the Packers, they went up, 21-7?
Yeah.
21-7, 21-10. It's like, whoa. On Andy Dalton's first drive with the new offensive coordinator, he scored a touchdown. Which was a smack in the face because y'all should have did that on the Ravens. Y'all should have done the Ravens bad. But
my question about this offensive line thing and Andy Dalton, has his offensive line always been bad?
No, it has not.
So what is his excuse for the past 6-7 seasons where he doesn't have any playoff success? And he has one of the most talented.
That's the organization, though, Stan. That's the organization. That's the Bengals organization.
At some point, you got to go on the field and produce.
You do, but it's the culture.
I can't do nothing as a GM or a coach
it's the culture.
On the sideline.
Mike Zimmerman should have been the head coach of the Bengals, and Marvin Lewis. They should have. I mean, he's good at drafting.
Whoa.
Mike Zimmerman? You can't say nothing bad about Zimmerman.
No, I can't say nothing bad about Zimmerman.
What about Jay Gruden?
What about him?
You got to think about it. You know how many coordinators from the Bengals coaching staff have left and got a job? So
you taking Jay Gruden over Marvin Lewis? I mean, I'm not saying Marvin Lewis is a great coach. I'm not saying, but I don't think Jay Gruden is a great coach either.
You don't think he would have? You don't think he would have helped Andy Dalton as well?
I think Jay Gruden is an offensive coordinator.
Hugh Jackson.
I think some people should be coordinators, and then you might get some success as a coordinator, and then they, ascend you to that level of head coach, and it doesn't always work out. You got to be a leader of men and a motivator and a great communicator to be a head coach. Some people are just great X's and O guys.
Okay.
Jay Gruden, who's the guy we just talked about before him that was there. Hugh is also X's and O's guy. He can work with the quarterbacks as far as getting the whole team assimilated in the way that they should be to be productive. That's not what he does.
Okay.
That's not what he does.
Somebody ask you this: if you had to play for a coach, right?
Right.
Somebody that had the X's and O's, somebody that can motivate you, somebody that can get you to the next level in the NFL right now. Who would that coach be?
Wow.
Through your curveball.
What's funny is that he's not in the NFL anymore.
Okay. Who?
Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a great X's and O's guy. Always has been, always will be. Former quarterback, so you have to be an X's and O's guy, and he can motivate men. He's been shown to do everywhere this guy goes, success. Name a place he went to that wasn't successful. Can't
think of. He's at Michigan, and they just got
Michigan,
did bad.
Michigan from where were they at before he got there though?
Well, was it Brady Hope?
Now you expect Michigan to be to that top level. You expect them to be top 10.
Your name's Michigan. You should.
Yeah, but they were 5 years in the dungeon though, and then all of a sudden this guy named Harbaugh comes in. It's different.
No, I mean they're still losing.
Stanford, same thing. He went to Stanford. They were in the dumps. They were known for smart guys.
That was
if you were smart, you go to Stanford.
Still got smart
Not
guys.
Football. Yeah,
she got smart guys playing football, just balling out. Right. You see that they've tried to discredit. I cannot forget his name. Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, I had a 3.8. I've had
that's about.
Yeah,
that's about.
I've had this and that. So we have to get into the John Ross guy.
Okay.
How do you feel about John Ross? Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to answer a question because I just asked you a question. I realize I do that too much. How do you feel about John Ross?
Are we talking about as a prospect or are we talking about what he's doing right now? As a prospect, John Ross was 5-star prospect, man. And I think that was the correct draft choice for them. I can't see where they went wrong with that draft pick. Based on measurables and production in college. The kid had the most receiving touchdowns in college the year he came out, by the way. On an explosive offense in the Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever you want to call it. Where he's getting double teamed and still beating it. He runs a 4.240.
What conference is that?
Pac. Washington.
Yeah. That's why.
Pac-10,
That's
Pac-12,
why.
whichever.
Oh, my bad. You're going against Washington State. Oh, wait, I got to play Oregon. Wait, I got to play UCLA defense. Wait, I got to play Cal.
You also got to play USC.
Hold on, I got to play Arizona and Arizona State. That's seven defenses.
You got to play USC.
That's seven defenses that any good offensive team will probably put up 40 points on all these teams. Yes, the Pac-12 has probably the worst defense.
Yeah, but they're still getting drafted individually.
They are, of course.
Drafted.
Of course.
A lot of the skill players, especially the Adoree Jacksons, are getting drafted.
Of course.
So he's going against these guys and producing.
Yeah, but
producing.
But this is where it goes to this. Adoree Jackson at USC, right? If I'm a 5-star cornerback, but I might have a 3-star safety behind me. I might only have 2 4-star linemen on that D line to get to the quarterback. Okay. So it really doesn't add up.
At the end of the day, when you play football, right?
John Ross, didn't he play against Alabama? He showed me a lot that game. That's it. Well, I judge everybody based off that. That's how I judge
everybody off of Alabama. Yep. Okay, well, how you feel about Leonard Fournette?
What you mean? How do
you feel about Leonard Fournette, the guy who averaged like 20 yards against Alabama because they stifled him? But it
was a reason.
No. Oh, we got reasons now.
Oh yeah, that's the reason.
Now we got reasons.
He just tried
to see how that works.
He just tried to give me the stumble. But no, Leonard Fournette is the truth. Come on now.
Is he? But he didn't perform well against Alabama anytime. That year. No, he never has performed well against Alabama ever.
Well, yeah. Well, we know the right. Well, first of all, they don't have a quarterback unless you hasn't had a quarterback to throw the ball.
Oh, now we got quarterbacks.
When you got 8.
No, now we got quarterbacks.
When you can sit 8 in a box against Leonard Fournette. Okay. I mean, I don't.
Okay, well, when you can double and triple cover or alter your coverage to one guy, then what? Then what?
Yeah, but that's not happening all the time.
And your quarterback doesn't have any protection because Alabama's line is blowing past Washington offensive line. We know that. Those guys getting drafted. Name an offensive lineman that came from Washington. Don't know him.
Don't know him. It's a good question. I don't know the guy either.
So you can't blame him for that, man. You can't blame him for Nick Saban being a brilliant defensive mind. You can't blame him for that. That's what he does.
And actually, we have the Bulldogs, right? I think the Bulldogs jumped over them. Kirby Smart. another person on the Nick Saban coaching tree, but we're gonna see what happens.
We talked about that last time too, right? That whole eye test
Georgia,
the eye test of Georgia.
Look, I never bashed Georgia because I said something about Penn State. I didn't bash Georgia. I didn't bash. I said I haven't watched enough. No, I did not. I said
Georgia.
No, I did not. I said no, I did not. And I want y'all to go back. I want y'all to go back to the last video. I specifically said this. I said I haven't watched enough.
Y'all see what he doing?
I promise. I said I have not watched enough of Georgia for me to tell you if Penn State will beat them. I'm not gonna disrespect Georgia. Got a loaded backfield.
Okay. Now they loaded.
They had a loaded backfield. Come on now.
Now they loaded. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay. And
SEC ain't nothing though. Remember that?
I ain't saying that.
Okay.
The SEC is okay. Don't even go. The SEC
the top
is okay.
Teams in the world that play college football are from the SEC.
And do you know how many teams the Big Ten has ranked?
Football
has ranked right now. The Big Ten.
Guess who undefeated in the Big Ten is still like number 8. Wisconsin. They don't care about it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I mean, hey, they're still ranked.
Who you play? Like Illinois? We don't care about that. They're terrible.
They're still ranked though. But this was a great show, man. It really was. We appreciate you all for tuning in and checking us out as we do this every week, and every week we plan to get better and better. Now, I will say one thing. On Tuesdays, I do a Facebook Live video where I cover things that's going on. Like I said, this is a live video on Tuesdays, and you can comment and you can, be interactive with me because I love, conversing with people who are tuning into my videos. And I love doing this as well. This is a podcast. I want you to download the podcast on iTunes. Also, go on the YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel if you can, please. It's called From Me to You Sports Talk. Another thing, I'm going to put my information for Instagram and my Facebook business page so that you all can tune in whenever I go live.
Hey, you trying to level up out here.
I'm trying.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to put the work in. But with that being said, it's not about said it first. It's about got it right.